you're a little bit dirty and your house is a little messy and stuff, but his room was always clean. Bed made up, room always nice. Clean, very nice. But everything else looked crazy. But I'm just like, if you know you're going to go link with the girl, why would you not bring a whole bag? And y'all don't go in the comments and say, no. He could have took a shower at my house. Yes, he could have. But this is where it turned weird. Okay, hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you watch more than 2 or 3 of my videos, you need to subscribe to the channel and stop playing. If you haven't watched my old videos, you need to go binge watch my old videos. Leave a comment. I do reply back to all the comments. I love you guys so much. I mess with you guys heavy. I'm sitting at a weird angle. If you didn't watch the other video, then you don't know. But I'm sitting at a weird angle because I don't know why, y'all. I can't get your answer, but my leg hurt. My butt is starting to get numb. And I'm cold on top of it. So we're finna get into the video. Now, I did oh wait, I love you guys. If you didn't like the video, comment, do all that good stuff. We're finna get into the video. If you haven't already got your herbal essence, get your herbal essence. Get your drink, get your snack, get all your stuff, and come on back. I'm burping because y'all, I'll tell you. Cheers! Girls' night! Okay guys, I'm drinking water. That's why I'm burping. I'm drinking water. And if you don't know why I'm drinking water, well, you don't really be watching my stuff. Because the only time I drink water is because I have to go to work. I can't drink alcohol because I gotta go to work. So, okay, let's get into the video. So, I did a poll on the community tab and I asked y'all, what videos do y'all want to see from me first? Most people put lady, but other people said drop all of them. A lot of people said majority of the votes was drop all of them. So I said, okay, I'm gonna drop all of them. So I'm dropping all the videos back to back. So next up is Dirty D. Now, y'all, I don't understand why hygiene should not be high on the priority list when you're dealing with someone, whether it's your man or somebody you just fooling around with. Hygiene should be high on the list. Now let's get into the story. Now I met this guy. I met several guys. You know, when I told y'all when I went through the whole, my husband passed away, all this stuff, I was out there and I was just like, I don't want nobody. I'm finna just do me. And that's what I was doing. I was doing what I want to do. So, cause I just was like, I don't want to get tied into something. And then I end up getting tied into something. So, and we'll talk about that another time. We ain't gonna talk about that today. I got my pillow right here, y'all. So y'all know it's cold. I got a sweater on and I'm freezing. Okay, let me get, cause I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay, I met the guy, right? And when I met the guy, okay, I met a lot of people. I was intrigued with this one person because when I liked the way he looked. He had a nice face. If that sounds kind of weird. I don't know. I like the way he looked. Let me just say that the way he does, his appearance was, I liked his appearance. He was like my skin tone. He had waves. He had like these deep, beautiful, fat waves. They weren't like the skinny waves. You know how guys be having like the swirl? No, he had like those big, like his hair was beautiful. And I was like, ooh, he's nice. So I didn't say nothing to him. I saw him on social media. See, I met him on social media. So I'm on social media. I didn't say nothing, of course. I just seen him. He had sent me a friend request. I accepted the friend request. And then after I accepted the friend request, he had texted me a message in Messenger. And he was just like, how you going to accept my request and you don't say nothing to me? And I was like, what? Who accepts a request and be like, hi, that's weird. I don't know. I guess it ain't weird. I don't know. I don't do that. So I just put laughing emojis or whatever. So then we started talking. I would talk to him a lot, as I talk to most when I meet somebody new. Most men that I'm interested in and we got a mutual understanding, we talk a lot. So I talk to him a lot, but not on the phone. Not on the phone. We talk through text all the time or messenger all the time. So it got to a point where he was just like, I want you to come over. I'm like, okay. So I ended up messing with him. This was, like I told y'all, this was fresh. This 2020. This was before my boyfriend. Before my boyfriend. This before I decided that I wanted to have a relationship. I didn't want a relationship. I was just like, I'm finna just be out here. I'm just go on dates. Because I really was like, oh, I want to go on dates. I want to go hang out. I want to go, I don't want nothing too serious, So, okay, I'm trying, let me see. I don't want to, I call him this code name, but I'm not going to say it here. So I got to think of I'm going to just call him Waves. We're going to call him Waves. So Waves was like, I want you to come over. I want you to come see me. I told him my schedule. I'm like, I'm only off on the weekends. I can't just, so he was like, I'm off on the weekends too. So we could go do something. He's like, what you like doing? I told him I like doing everything. So I'm like, we could go anywhere. We could do whatever. I'm like, we could do anything. I said, cause most of the time, at that time, my kids was with a lot of my family. Like my family was always taking my kids. They was always with somebody. So my dad, my mom, my husband's side, sister, whatever, they was with somebody all the time. They was just always be like, let me take the kids. I'm gonna take the kids to do something. So I had free time. I had a lot more free time back then than I do right now. So because y'all know that was the pandemic too, so it was a whole different type of thing going on. So at the time that I met him, like stuff slowly started to open, but we still didn't really go out like that because it wasn't really too much to do because it was still the shutdown. Like not the shutdown, but like it was social distancing was still like very heavy at the time. So, okay. So he told me, oh, I want you to come over. I said, okay. So I went to his house a few times and we just, we do what we do. So, and it was good. It was good. It was great. It was A1. It was everything. Even his personality, I liked how he was. Now, the thing that made me like shake my head was like, okay, I go to his house and his house was like a little bit like lived in, when you see like stuff out, somebody lived there. It was cool. His room was very clean. His bedroom was clean. But his house was in disarray. But it was like lived in at this time. Okay. I ain't talked to him like I was talking to him, but I wouldn't talk to him all the time because I was talking to other people as well. So I talked to him whenever he hit me. So if he hit me, I talked to him. If he don't hit me, I wasn't tripping. He was the only person at the time that I was doing anything with. I wasn't doing nothing with nobody else. I would just talk to them. I would talk to them. I would go out with them. And of course they would be like, they want to see me and stuff. But I'd be like, I just make up some excuse. I can't. Or I'm tired or I'm working or whatever. Cool. No pressure. Okay. Waves, because I was going to call him Dirty D. Waves had hit me and he was just like, how come I haven't heard from you in like 3 weeks? And I was just telling him like, I'm like, I work. Got stuff going on. I'm trying to get my life kind of like in order. I did not tell him about my husband. I didn't tell him anything about that. I didn't tell him nothing about that. Now he probably would have assumed something because he was on my social media, so he could just see it. But I didn't say it to him. So I just told him, you know, I got stuff going on. I'm trying to do some things. And then I was planning a trip. This before I went to Las Vegas. So I was like, oh, I'm going on a trip. I'm trying to plan some stuff. I'm trying to do some things, you know. I was doing other stuff. And I was trying to go to Miami a few months after the trip, after Las Vegas, which I did go to Miami too. So I was just telling him, like, I got like some stuff going on. So he was just like, well, make time for me. It's like, I want you to come see me. I said, okay. So I went back. I went to go see him. Now, when I went to see him this next time, because I saw him a lot. Because I don't want y'all to think, oh, I saw him on these few times. These are just the times that stood out. Then we're going to get to the part where his was dirty. Okay. I had went up over there, right? And, okay, it was a situation that had happened with him. Now, this guy is very known on social media. Like, he has a big following. And most of his following is women. Now, when I saw him on there, I did not think that he would talk to me. And I'm not saying something's wrong with me. I'm just saying I didn't think I would even be his interest, because you got several women that want you. So when he had messaged me and was like, don't come on here and don't say nothing. And then he started talking to me and then messaging me and texting me. And then he was like, I want you to come hang out. And we did see each other, because I don't want y'all to think I just went and met somebody I didn't see. I saw him on the phone. We just never talked on the phone like that. Like, he FaceTimed me and stuff. Because I told him when I first saw him, I didn't think he was the person, even though he got the following, whatever. You get what I'm saying? I thought something else. So, okay, I see him. I go to his house. He lived in a nice apartment too. Very nice apartment downtown. He lived downtown. He lived in one of those, like, not a high rise, but like one of them apartments that you got to go in through a door and then the hallway and take an elevator. Like, he lived in something like that, but it wasn't like a tall high rise. Okay, he lived in a real nice apartment. Go to his apartment. This time, walk in the door and I'm stepping over stuff. There's stuff everywhere. It's bottles all over the counter. Like, he had a house party, food everywhere, dishes all. It's just him. He don't live with no one. He lived by himself, 1-bedroom apartment. Toe up. I walk in the door and I'm like, now, when I'm talking to you for a while, I get extra comfortable. I'm going to say whatever comes in this little mind of mine. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to spare your feelings. None of that. You are grown. We are 30. At the time I was 36. I'm like, he's the same age as me. We both 36. I'm like, 36 years old. Why are you living like this? So I walk in the door and I'm like, why your house dirty like this? Like, it was a filthy ass mess. Just disgusting. And he was like laughing like, oh, it's just me. Like, I'll clean it another day. He's like, I've been working a lot. He's like, because he worked in the oil and gas industry. So he was like an engineer for the oil and gas. And he was like a socialite on social media, if you want to say. He says like all these different quotes, they go viral. He said he does a lot of things on social media. So, and it's crazy because that's why I be like, social media is so fucking fake. Because I knew him in real life and his social media life was completely different. Like, he would cap so hard for social media. It was funny because we got into a little argument about something he did. And I was like, why do you got to do that? For what? Like, if that's not really how you living, like, I'm really living like that. But I don't put my business on social media because I don't need y'all in my business. I don't need y'all knowing the cars I got, none of that stuff. Like, I don't need you in my business. But I just was like, why you standing in front of this car and it's not your car? Like, don't stand in front of my car and post it on social media. I told him that because I have a very nice car. And I'm like, don't stand in front of my car and post that, because the car that he stood in front of is similar to what I have. But I have a big body. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say nothing more. And he was standing in front of something that was the same make, but smaller version. You know, they make different ones. And he took a picture. And I'm like, is that your car? Because when he saw my car, he was like, shit. He looked at my car because he got in my car before. He got in my car. He was like, this thing nice. He was saying all this stuff about my car. And I was just, whatever, like, guys be saying, you know, guys in cars. But I was just like, why you do that for social media? Like, why you be lying on social media? And he was like, what you mean lying? I'm like, it's at your car? Because I'm like, that ain't the car you came to my house in. And he was like, telling me this, that, and the other. And I'm like, why do that? But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. We got into a little bit of, I won't say an argument, but we got into a little bit of a back and forth because he just was like, everybody do that. And I said, I don't do that. Everybody don't do that. But I'm like, I don't put all my stuff on social media either. So, you know, you're not going to know how I'm living unless you're around me and you see how I'm living. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I guess because I'm a little, that's got to be that Scorpio shit. Because I be a little bit paranoid and stuff. People be doing crazy stuff and wild stuff. So I was just like, I don't need your attention. I don't need the attention of the world to validate how I'm, you know, what I'm doing in my life. If you around me and you see I'm doing it, or you follow me on my social media and you just happen to see it, then you see it. But if you don't, I don't put it out there to be like, but I told y'all he got like a big following on social media. So I think that that's another way that he get women too. And the fact that he is 6'4", he's 6'4", he's my skin tone. He had nice, beautiful fucking hair. And he had, you know, the other stuff going on with him. Because he would also display that, but I didn't find that out till as we started dealing with each other. I'm like, why you be showing? Because I kind of got a little bit mad at him about it. I'm like, why you got your print out? Like, he had his print out on a picture, and I'm like, why you posting that? Like, I'm like, you ain't mine. And I don't really care. I was laughing because we was together when I seen it, and we was together, and I said something to him about it in the car. I think we was in the car. We was finna get out my car. And I was like, why are you posting that type of stuff? And he was like, I mean, I don't got a girlfriend, but he was like, you don't like that? I said, no, I don't want no man that be doing all of that. I don't need nobody seeing what I got going on. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't want, no. So, okay, y'all done went off in a rabbit hole. If you're new here, I do that sometimes. But let me bring y'all back. Okay, I go to the house and I'm stepping over stuff. I told him I'm about to go to the restroom. I go in the restroom, I can't see the countertop. The countertop is gone. Like, the counter, everything is so much shit. I'm like, what? I never knew men had so much stuff. I'm not mad about it at all. I like that. I like a clean person. But shit, you got shit everywhere. Okay, now y'all probably like, well, if he got all this cleaning stuff and he take care of himself, he did. He was very clean that I thought he gave me. But then, okay, we go, I hang out with him. He got mad at me because he said, why do I always get up and leave after we finish with whatever? I told him, I got kids. I got to go home to my kids. I can't be laid up with you. I said, if you was my guy, my man, I said, it wouldn't be no problem. I would make time to do those type of things, like lay up. I want to hang out with you, go out with you, do it, whatever. But I'm like, if I'm just coming over here to just kick it, you know, I'm finna go. So he didn't like that. So he used to be telling me, like, I want you to spend time with me, da-da-da. I'm like, all right, I'll make time to spend time with you. Okay, fast forward. He told me already that he was moving. He told me he wanted to move to like the Energy Corridor area, which is the west side of Houston. I told him, oh, okay, but we talked, he telling me like that he thinking about getting a condo type thing. I told him, cause he's like, it's just me, I don't need, then he was like, oh, I might buy a house. This is during the pandemic, so that probably been the best time to buy a house. I don't know now. Now it's not a good time. But at that time, he was like, oh, I'm gonna look, like I've been looking to see if I'm gonna get a house. He had a kid. He was like, I might have my kid come stay with me, da-da-da. He was saying all this stuff, da-da-da, telling me all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Sound like you got, like, then he was telling me about his job. He's like, I went on 3 different interviews. He's like, one of the jobs, 2 of the jobs is offering me a $30,000 increase on my pay. The other job wants me to stay, but they're not offering me a big increase. He said, if I get this other job, he's like, I'll make well into the 100-something thousand. He already an engineer. He make a lot of money, but he's like, I'll make way more money. He's telling me all this stuff. I'm like, that sound like a good, like we used to be talking about that stuff. I'm like, that sound like a good, like idea, whatever. I'm like, that sounds good. You should go with that. So then he was telling me he moving, da-da-da. Okay, I didn't really talk to him too much because I know he busy with moving, trying to figure out what he gonna do. He wanted me to like talk to him a lot, but I just was busy. I was busy with other stuff too. I got a life too. I'm like, maybe you want somebody that don't have nothing going on, so they be all up on you. But I always got some shit going on. You can ask my boyfriend right now. I talk to him a lot, but I also be having stuff going on. But if you're my boyfriend or my whatever, you mine, I'm gonna make time and I'm gonna make sure I'm attentive and I'm talking to you and I'm calling you, I'm texting, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna be on you. But if you're not, I'm gonna give you your space. I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do. Do whatever it is you're doing, and then when you got time for me, then hit me. It ain't nothing like that. I'm not moving weird. But I guess some of them guys think that you don't find them interesting because you're not on them. I don't know. But I got stuff going on. He's like, I'm going to come see you. I said, okay. I'm like, you don't come to my house? He's like, yeah, I'm going to come to your house. Because he's like, I don't got all my stuff moved in. So he's like, I don't want you coming yet till I get my stuff together at my place. So he's like, I'm going to just come to your house. I said, okay. I trusted him enough to come to my house. So it wasn't like, because if I didn't, I've told him where I lived at. So of course I trusted him. I was talking to him for a good little minute. Well, for some months. It was some months I was talking to him. So I was like, yeah. And I was at his house a bunch of times and he never gave me no weirdo vibes or anything like that. So I was like, okay. I told him, I said, once my kids go to sleep, I said, then come over. So that's what he did. So he come. This was the last time I talked to him, y'all. This is over. He come over, right? He told me he was moving. Now I talked to him. He told me I'm moving today. He's like, I'm going to come. Once I get everything moved, I'm going to come to your house. I said, okay. So he comes to my house. He look a fucking hot ass mess, which is understandable. He just moved all day. So I don't expect him to look not put together. He looked like he moved. So he come and he give me a hug, whatever. When he gets to the door, he give me a hug. I give him a hug. He smelled like everything outside. Dog, wet dog, dirt, trash. He smells bad. So I give him a hug. I step back from him and I'm like, where your stuff at? He's like, what stuff? I said, you ain't bring a bag or nothing? Because he told me he was moving. So I'm like, okay, he can come here. He can take a shower. He can sleep here until in the morning and then he can go. So he was just like, I didn't bring a bag. And I'm like, looking at him. Now, you smart, right? That's what I was in my head, y'all. This is my head talking. I'm like, you smart. You got a good job. I mean, you're a little bit dirty and your house is a little messy and stuff, but his room was always clean. Bed made up, room always nice. Clean. Very nice. But everything else looked crazy. But I'm just like, if you know you're going to go link with the girl, why would you not bring a whole bag? And y'all don't go in the comments and say, no. He could have took a shower at my house. Yes, he could have. But this is where it turned weird. Now, I asked him, this first thing I asked him. Now, we didn't have fights about this. I'm finna be my business. We didn't have fights about this. He would fight me about unprotected S. We ain't gonna say the word because I don't want to get. He would fight with me about that a lot. He's like, we've been linking together for let's say 3 months. We've been doing this for 3 months. He was like, why can't I do it without anything? And I'm like, because you're not my boyfriend. And I don't want to have babies. And I don't want to catch nothing. I said, and I don't know who you be with when I'm not around you. I said, I don't see you often. I'm like, you probably be with other people. He's like, I don't be with nobody. I just deal with you. I'm like, I don't know that. I have no idea. So we was arguing about that. Okay, he gets to the house, right? I said, where your bag at? He said, I didn't bring a bag. I said, why? So you're not going to, I said, you could take a shower. I give you stuff. He's like, I'm not going to take a shower. I'm like, why not? Like, you dirty. I said, you smell like outside. You da-da-da. I'm like, did you bring the things, the C's? I'm not going to say none of that because I need my stuff to keep. I said, did you bring C's? He said, no. I said, why? He said, cause what for? He's like, I've been dealing with you all this time. He's like, why don't we just do it without it? I said, for one, you don't have a bag. 2, you don't have no hygiene stuff. 3, you smell. 4, I told you I'm not doing none of that with you without anything. I told you I'm not doing nothing without protection. I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not nobody baby mama. I'm not reckless with my vagina. I'm sorry. I'm not. So you need to go get some. So I said, you can take a shower. I have everything. You can take a shower here. I got everything. So I'm like, you could do it here. He's like, I said, but you got to go to the store and go get some. He said, if I get in my car, now we at the front door. We ain't even step in all the way. We at the front door. Like he's standing at the front door inside though. We at the front door and he's like, if I leave, he's like, I'm finna go home. I ain't coming back. I said, the gas station right here. The gas station is in the front of my neighborhood. It's a gas station. Like the gas station in front of the neighborhood. You can just go right there. The stuff is right there. As soon as you walk in the door, it's hanging right there. You could just pull it off. Come on. He's like, if I get in my car, I'm not coming back. I'm finna go home. Cause he's like, I've been moving all day. I don't have time for this. I'm like, but you knew you was coming to see me. And you know how I am. I already told you. We didn't talked about this before. We didn't had arguments about this before. And you tried to argue a point that is not a valid point because for one, you're not my man. Two, I don't know how you move when you're in that situation. God can tell you whatever they want to tell you. This is a lesson for you youngins. A guy gonna tell you whatever they want to tell you until you get in that situation. And then if he decide he want to be there or he don't want to be there and he dip off on you. And then what, you stuck with a kid and a no good ass. And I'm not saying he ain't no good. I just don't know you like that. I told him I don't know you like that. That's why I stress protection. I am not putting myself in a situation where I be put and I'm stuck with a kid. And I told him that. He's like, I wouldn't leave you stuck. I said, I don't know that. I don't know. I have no clue what you'll do. You know, and I said, and I'm in a time right now where I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my whole situation in my life. I got to take care of mine that I already got here. I'm not going to be around here trying to figure out what you got going on. And if you want, no. I said no. So I'm like, just get them and if we get to that point, then I said, yeah, but no, not right now. So we in the thing, we arguing. He's like, I'm finna go. I said, okay. So he walked, he's like, he gave me like this old dry hug. I said, you coming back? He's like, if I go in this car, I'm not coming back. I said, so you're not coming back? He said, no. I said, you drove all the way over here. You didn't bring no bag to take a shower. You wasn't planning on taking a shower, so you was gonna give me dirty D. And he was like, it ain't dirty. I said, it is dirty. You smell. I said, you smell like everything. You smell like outside dog. I said, you have to take a shower and you need to go get some stuff. He didn't want to. So what I did was, when he got in the car, he backed up. I went on my phone and I blocked his phone number, blocked him on social media. I blocked him on everything. So he cannot contact me. The only way he'll be able to contact me is if he drives to my house and knock on my door. That's the only way he'll be able to contact me. I have not heard from that man in, now it's been like, it'll be almost 4 years, but it's been 3 years. I haven't heard from the man. And I was like, he was on bullshit the whole time. I said, he had to be on bullshit because he was like, if I go, I'm not coming back. He told me, now see, his thing is, we will argue about, oh, y'all, my leg. I said, we will argue about the protection stuff, but we will also argue about the fact that I don't be spending no time with him. And he would get mad about that. And I tried to explain it to him. I was like, you tell me you don't want a relationship. We both say we don't want a relationship. That's not what I'm not looking for one. You say you're not looking for one. Then you turn around and you say you want a girlfriend. You want this. I said, why don't you go find a girlfriend? He was like, I'm talking to you. And I'm like, we talking. We're not in a relationship. You gotta like lay stuff out clearly to people, because especially when it's the other way around, because guys can do and say and move however they want to move. And they'll clearly tell you, we ain't together, you're not my woman, you're not this. But when you telling them the same thing they telling you, you're not my man, I'm not looking for that, I don't want that, you're not finna trap me, you're not finna put me in a situation, because that's what it is. You're gonna try to trap, no, you're not finna put me in a situation that, and then I don't know how you move, I don't know if you're responsible, I don't know none of that. You could say all this stuff, you cap on the internet already, so I don't know how you move when it get down to really like life situations. Yeah, you got a place you're responsible, you got a job, but how are you when it comes to real life situations, like a kid? And you ain't with the person that long. You don't know me well enough. I don't know you well enough. And I know that's why I stress you need to protect your vagina. Don't be reckless with your vagina. Protect your vagina. You need to enforce protection. And if he does not want to do it, then deuce. I was like, I don't care. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care about, because that's your stuff. That's not Joelanda's stuff. That's your stuff. You can get the fuck up out of here. Because it's going to be a whole nother guy that's going to look just as good as you or even better than you with a better job or better morals or whatever that's going to come around. It's going to do what you was trying to do and do it 10 times better than you. I'm not going to, no. Please, please. So I deleted him out of my life, cut him off with the quickness, and I ain't never heard from the man again. And that D, I know it was disgustingly dirty because he smelled like everything, garbage, trash, sweaty, wet dog. And I was just like, how you gonna come to me stanky like that? I was just like, you don't respect me either. You think I'm about to lay down with you? I will not, sir. Not at all. Nope. And he didn't care. He had a little attitude anyway. And I was like, I ain't even had to see him that day. I even told him, I'm like, you moving. But he was like, oh, I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see you. Okay. You want to see me? You ain't got your bag. You ain't got your hygiene. You don't got no C's. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, that's the story of Dirty D. So we're going to go on to the next one. I love you guys. I see you guys in my next upload. Bye.